Hey guys, what is up? I am back and I have some catching up to do. And if you saw from last night or this morning, it has nothing to correlate with what this video is, but did Ragnar Crimson go through a time skip in the manga? Why my boy looking so different? Why is Ragnar looking so different? Is it because it's going into fall? Things are dying out, and like what? Nobody told me nothing. Nobody. This is what happens when you're not like really active. You just vibing through life trying to survive and stuff. And that's been me for the past month or so. But whatever the case. But talking about surviving and going throughout life, the last video I did for Call of the Night Season 2, which was episode 5, we come to find out that, Nazuna and her past, we found out who her mother is, Haru, and that Kabura was basically her adopted mother who was very much in love with Nazuna's mother. And it doesn't help the fact that Nazuna looks like her mother's twin. Now, the question is what happened to her mom, and specifically what also happened to her dad, which we also found out was that Nazuna's father is human. I believe you guys left in the comments at that time that, like, there was no updates in regards to the father. We don't know what happened to him or anything of that sort, but this has led us to find out that Nazuna is half human, right? So, half vampire, half human, Alucard, except that she doesn't have to deal with Dracula and, the slaughtering of humans and calling revenge on the mother and so on and so forth. You get the picture. But at the same time, this does lead to what other secrets Nazuna may have, things that she couldn't remember of that sort of her past, that she still is like underlining of like, who is really Nazuna? Is she really who she says she is, or was there something more to her, hence why she has no recollection aside from when she was first introduced to Kabura? Why did she have the memories of a baby at her grown age, right? So there's a lot of questions when it still comes to Nazuna that Kabura may or may not know the answers to. And she low-key has some weird relation towards Nazuna as well, due to the fact that she looks like her mom. So do with that information as you will. So without further ado, let's get into Call of the Night Season 2, Episode 6. Oh, yeah. Oh, what's her name broke into there? Oh my gosh. I forgot about her. Because she's on the hunt to find out like anything that's from their human lives to use to destroy them. Right. Hmm. Okay, so we're getting answers. Okay. You know what? I figured as much, or they could have disappeared. Oh. Oh. But I mean, oh. So her dad, I wonder if her dad died of a broken heart then. Because that's possible. Oh, I forgot to mention, if you thought I uploaded a video last week, no, you did not. I was just test trying a lot of stuff. But the question I still have, even if she doesn't remember her parents, what transpired prior to her meeting Cabra? Like what led to her mind being reduced to that of a child? Unless it's like some genetic mix up, and that, like, humans and vampires are not supposed to mix in terms of repopulation, and that's what caused her not to have much memories prior to Cabra. That's still a mystery. So it does make me think, like, now I'm questioning. Hmm. Oh wow. Who's this? She looks familiar. What? She's from last season. I just don't remember her name. What do you mean? Yeah, because y'all going at nighttime. Ain't nobody gonna be really out like that. I mean, people out. Dang. Oh yeah, when they took the job at nighttime, I think that was like the last 2 or 3 episodes of season 1. Yo, you stereotypical as hell. Hold up. Someone called Susukita? So you were playing in this before you played for the new season of Ginpachi Sensei come next month? I can't take him seriously. Is that Kaon? Midori. Okay, I forgot. Why he look like a common man mixed with a what's his name? Sparta. Common Rider mixed with Sparta. Or he not Sparta. What's his name? She looks like a magical girl from whatever that series is called. I, okay. I mean, what? What? Oh, so he's a vampire. Not him saying just make me an offspring at once. What? I can't take him seriously. I mean, he has nice eyelashes. Listen, I can't take him seriously. Yeah, she looks like some from Doremi. Like she look. What shoujo series is that? I'm trying to see what shoujo series that is. Mm. Oh, what do you mean creeping around is also great too? What? Girl, you better care because you got a detect. You got uncle that's looking for you. That was K on in the back. Why? Why? What is this episode? What? Why are you asking him that? Huh? First of all, he's not having some type of reaction to that. Also, he did slim down. So in this world, it's possible for a vampire to get fat. Oh my god. So you mean to tell me in this world, vampires can eat still human food without a violent reaction and get fat? Oh, my guy, why won't you want to tell them what your personal item is? What? Is it the glasses? No. I mean, is it? It was. It was. Yeah. Yeah. Bro, what? I mean, I don't. You went to Comic Cat. Man really drew his vampire parent, who he is obsessed with. Oh. Oh God. And he's saying this with a straight face, bro. Not him crying. Oh my God. What? What in the get Thomas is this episode? Got something that get to me would encourage somebody to say, yo, your art suck, bro. Oh, oh, okay. What are you doing with okay. Okay. I mean, self discovery starts within. It starts within. Are you just traveling about? Well, I mean, it could. It helps. It helps. It's cool. Okay. This episode had me, bro. Like, this is the first time we saw Midori since season one, the ending of season one. And they were kind of working. They found out about her. I can't remember exactly because again, it's been like what 3 years since the first season. But definitely, she does work in a cafe as a maid. So it's one of those type of shops like maid cafes, right? But to come to find out, she has her own offspring. Fair enough. But her type is the creepy otaku. And the thing is, Love Cunt, because that's his name. It's either you going by LG, the phone, or he's going by Love Cunt. And it did not help that Sugita Tomokazu is voicing him, right? He's doing Sakamoto currently. He did Love Kun, and now he's going back to his original somewhat role in an alternative universe. Gintoki, but now Gintoki is also known as a teacher, Genpachi Sensei, which, by the way, I will get back to doing Gintama on this channel. It's been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute. I know it's not the Gintama, but this is a variation of Gintama when it drops on October 6th. So stay tuned for that. I'm not missing out. Feel me, right? But besides the point, this whole episode is obviously, I'm guessing from now till the end of the season, both Nazuna and Yamamori are going to go around and with the other vampires and then help them to find what their special item basically is, the thing that ties them to their previous human life, and figure out what it is. Because as you know, once you become a vampire, if you were a human and then you would turn vampire, what happens is over time eventually you forget basically your human past, because now you have acquired a new identity and a new way of living life. So I think the last video I did, episode 5, I've related it to something similar to what Gaichi Akuta does with the jinkies, right? Again, for me, it's my necklace. I just attached the Gojo pendant to it. But suppose in this case of call of the night, right? This necklace means a lot to me. And if I was to turn a vampire today, right? And this is what ties me back to my human past. And then you have someone like Anko running around wanting to eliminate any and every vampire for reasons they have not quite explained as of yet. And this is the only thing that is my greatest weakness, no matter what it is. So in the case, like throughout most of my life, whatever case may be, I'm going through good times, bad times, I've always had this necklace, and it was like something that comforted me, right? And I always wore this for any occasion. I turned into a vampire and then I buried this somewhere. I have no recollection much of where this is or anything of that sort. And anytime I come across this necklace, it triggers memories. And it could be any type of memory you can think of, right? Then you have someone like Anko who knows this necklace is my greatest weakness. Now she's going to go find that and destroy it or use it against me. And because it's my weakness, I'm not on guard. So therefore, she can do whatever to me, aka take me out permanently. Now, of course, we never seen, at least I haven't. Possibly those of you who are up to date with the anime currently right now, no spoilers. And also, especially manga readers, you guys are well above away from the anime. Obviously, the manga did end like last year or earlier this year. So of course, no spoilers. But I do hope we get to see like if it's a one-off vampire who we really don't care about what happens if they come across their special item, and what happens when someone like Anko decides to use that against them. What will happen to them? So in this case, we have with Midori, she doesn't quite remember what her special item, her item that from her human past is, but her offspring, Lovekun, for him, it was a doujin that he made about her, an erotic doujin. And if you guys don't know what a doujin is, they explain in the episode, it's basically you creating your own self-story and publishing at these Comic-Con, which is always held, I believe, back in like June or July in Japan. It's a huge convention. You might say, then what about other mangas? It's kind of different. It's like more self-published. You're not associated with no big company. You're not going through these competitions to see you give the one shot or anything of that sort. No, you're just doing this to grab a buck, right? It's like you making your own fanfic story and then you're selling it to an audience. Or if you go to these conventions, even real life conventions, they're not, we call it like a full-blown like mainly comics and everything, but when you go to the artist exhibit hall, the artist alley, right, and then you have artists who create their own art. They're not creating fan art of already pre-established properties. They're making their own things and they're selling it. Now think about like when you go to Comic-Con and you see a bunch of doujins that are not associated with already an existing IP or something. Straight off the dome, your own creation, you're selling and hoping people will like your stuff, right? And then hopefully you get picked by these bigger corporations and then you can start selling your works. I have read a few works in the past, a few doujins, if you will, that originally started erotic, R18, and then they get like the PG-13 version once they get associated with a bigger company because they like their work. It has happened multiple times for a few series. If you're asking the names, I do not remember their names, but I do know several off the rip of my head. So yeah, that does happen. And for him, because of his very obsessive love for Midori, it was his doujins, right? Very horribly written and not the best art, but with time, and he most likely has a lot of time, he can always improve. He can always improve. But I'm sorry, this episode felt like a straight out of Gintama episode. I swear that, like the way they were speaking, especially at the end, That's something Gintoki would straight up say to somebody else's face. You know which episode it remind me of? Any Gintama fans? Remember that episode in Gintama? I forgot what episode it was. It's when Shinpachi had a pen pal, right? That one, and then the guy who was in prison, and Gintoki went to prison, and the guy wanted to become a mangaka, right? It's literally reminding me, it's like those two episodes combined, and then you got this. But then you just have the otaku who's just like weird and creepy, but he's also ultra polite. He's actually really a good guy, but it's just like, bro, you're the things that you're saying. But Midori, her freak outmatches his freak. They match. They match. So you know what? It was a match made in something. It was made in something. Okay. But what also something I mentioned earlier, but to elaborate a little bit more, the fact that Nanatsu is saying that she needs to figure out herself. They ended the episode about self-discovery and more so understanding yourself, doing things to better yourself, right? This is what, from the beginning of the episode and from even episode 5, what I wanted to know more so is there is still in Nazuna's mind this gap. A gap of who she truly is. And I firmly believe, and again, no spoilers. If I see it, I'm deleting it. But this does lead me to believe that Nazuna, the Nazuna that we see here right now, is not her actual character. Because there is this other side of her, because she has a blockage in terms of her memories. There is a blockage in her memories, and she can't remember any further than, again, when she met Kabura, right? And it also makes me ask another thing is, given the fact that she is a hybrid, right? She's a damn fair, right? Half human, half vampire. I wonder if in this world setting, because now they made me question, because like even though like human food doesn't really do much for him, and it doesn't taste good or anything, and he can still eat it, and he doesn't face severe side effects like in most stories, like say like Tokyo Ghoul. Ghouls can't eat human food aside from coffee, or else they react violently, so vomiting and feeling weak and everything. But in this case, vampires here, no effect, right? It makes me wonder, given the fact that Natsuna is half, does she face, and you guys don't have to answer this yet until like the end of the season, right? This makes me wonder if Natsuna has the same weaknesses as vampires, or does it cancel each other out? That's what I want to know, because again, a damn fair, think of like Alucard, the most popular damn fair we know in written fiction. He doesn't have much of the weaknesses that full-blooded vampires have. He can walk out into the sun. He's not affected by no cross or no garlic or a wooden stake to the heart. That's what they like to believe. I don't think he is. Probably he is. Is he? Probably. Clear that up for me real quick. I mean, I could look it up myself, but yeah. But he doesn't face much of the weaknesses that, again, full-blooded vampires face due to him being half human. So it's like they cancel each other out. The weaknesses of both sides kind of cancel each other out. Of course, he probably may develop a new type of weakness, being a hybrid. So it does make me question, it's the same thing. Will that same type of ruling apply to Nazuna? Hopefully they show that for the rest of the season. But yeah, I take away from this, especially from the ending of the episode, that Nazuna now, on top of helping the other vampires, her and Yamori, Ko Yamori, they're going to continue helping these vampires. But at the same time now, we're really starting to dig more into who truly Nazuna is. And if it's anything what I've seen in the opening, yeah, she's probably not as funny or quirky or childish as we like to believe. There's probably something a little bit more darker and sinister about her that we have yet to see. So guys, do tell me in the comment section below if you read the manga version of this episode, the chapters are adapted, nothing further. If you're anime only like me, do tell me in the comment section below on how you felt about Call of the Nice Season 2, Episode 6. If there's things I never mentioned or didn't notice before, do drop it in the comments below. The links are in the description box. You guys go check it out. I'm Kimmy-chan, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!